My girlfriend said, I'm too young to be tied down. I need to explore my options. After 3 years together, I said, explore away. She came back 6 months later, ready to commit. I rejected her, saying I don't need you anymore, and the chaos erupted. Original post, I, 27 male, got the I need to find myself speech 3 weeks after putting a deposit on an apartment we were supposed to move into together. Mia, 25, and I had been together 3 years. Met at a friend's game night, hit it off immediately. She was funny, smart, gorgeous. We'd survived her finishing college, my job relocation, even a 6-month LDR stretch when she did an internship 2 states away. The conversation happened on a Thursday evening. We were at this taco place we loved, planning furniture layouts for the new apartment. Then she put her fork down. Derek, we need to talk. My stomach dropped. Nobody says that before good news. I've been thinking, she continued, twirling her hair nervously. I'm 25. I've only been with 3 guys including you. I feel like I'm missing out on experiences, you know? I'm too young to be tied down. I stared at her. Tied down? We're moving in together, not getting married tomorrow. But that's the path we're on, right? Move in, get engaged, married, kids. The whole thing. And I need to explore my options, see what else is out there. So you want to break up to date around? She nodded, reaching for my hand. I pulled it back. But we can stay friends. And who knows, maybe after I've had my fun, we can reconnect. You're definitely husband material, Derek. Just not yet. Husband material. Not yet, like I was a coat she wanted to put on layaway. Mia, I said slowly, if you leave to explore, we're done. Permanently. She laughed. Actually laughed. Don't be dramatic. People take breaks all the time. This isn't a break. You're ending a 3-year relationship to sleep around. That's not. I mean... She sighed. Look, I know you're upset, but you'll understand eventually. We're meant to be together. I just need to get this out of my system first. I stood up, threw cash on the table for my half. Explore away, Mia. Hope you find what you're looking for. Left her sitting there, mouth open. Went straight home, called the landlord about the deposit. Lost $500 since Mia hadn't signed anything yet, but worth it to not deal with breaking the lease later. Blocked her on everything that night. Not dramatically, just decisively. She wanted to explore? She could do it without me watching from the sidelines. Update 1. 2 months later. Lot of DMs asking for updates. Honestly thought that was the end of it. Nope. 2 months of radio silence, then the flying monkeys arrived. First was her best friend Tessa. Got a text from an unknown number. Hey Derek, it's Tessa. Can we talk? Mia's really struggling. Deleted it. Then her sister Nora found me on LinkedIn. Hi Derek, hope work is going well. Random question, are you planning to be at Brent's birthday party? Mia mentioned you guys are taking some space, but she really misses you. Taking some space, like I'm on vacation, didn't respond. Then came the accidental run-ins. Suddenly Mia's at my coffee shop, my grocery store, the bookstore I go to every Saturday. Each time acting surprised. Derek, oh wow, what are the odds? The third time I just said pretty high since you know my routine. She tried to look offended. I shop here too. Since when? You hate this store. You said their produce section smells weird. People change, she huffed. Exactly, I said, taking my cart to self-checkout. But here's what killed me. Mutual friends started telling me about her exploration phase. Different guy every week on her Instagram stories. Clubbing constantly. Vegas trip with some dude she met on Hinge. Living her best life apparently. Meanwhile, I was just living. Started playing in a rec league basketball team. Took a coding boot camp my company offered. Got promoted to team lead. Turns out focusing on work when you're not planning romantic dinners constantly really boosts productivity. Then last week happened. Got home from basketball practice to find Mia sitting outside my apartment door. Not dressed for clubbing this time, wearing the old college hoodie of mine she'd kept. We need to talk, she said. No, we don't. I unlocked my door. She stood up. Please, Derek. 5 minutes. You had 3 years. You traded them for 6 months of exploration. How'd that work out? Tears started. I made a mistake, okay? I explored, I dated, I had my fun. And you know what I learned? That you're the one I want. I actually laughed. I'm the one you want now, after you've test-driven every other option. That's not fair, isn't it? You literally told me I was husband material you wanted to save for later. like I'd just be waiting on the shelf. I thought you would wait. We had 3 years together. Had, past tense. You ended it to go have fun, and now I'm ending the fun to be with you. The entitlement, the absolute entitlement. Mia, I'm seeing someone. That was a lie. I wasn't. But watching her face crumble was worth it. What? Who? For how long? Doesn't matter. What matters is I moved on. Like you wanted. I didn't want you to move on. I wanted you to be there when I came back. There it was. The truth. Go home, Mia. She didn't. She sat back down. I'll wait. You'll realize we're meant to be together. I called building security. Told them my ex was trespassing. They escorted her out while she yelled about true love and second chances. That should have been the end of it. It wasn't. Update 2. The escalation. The day after security removed her, the campaign started. First, she showed up at my job, told reception she was my girlfriend and needed to drop off my medication. Security called me down. She was holding a bag from the sandwich shop we used to go to. You forgot your lunch, babe. The security guard looked confused. I didn't even engage. She's my ex. Please remove her. Derek, don't be like this. We need to talk. Watch security walk her out while my coworkers tried not to stare. My manager pulled me aside after. Everything okay? Ex-girlfriend having trouble with the concept of ex. Won't happen again. It happened again. Different approach though. Flowers arrived at my office. Huge arrangement. The card, for my soulmate. Always yours, M. Threw them in the break room. Let the admins enjoy them. Then came the social media blitz. Since I'd blocked her everywhere, she created new accounts, commenting on posts from 2 years ago with inside jokes, tagging me in memories on Facebook through mutual friends' accounts. Posted this long letter on Instagram about losing the love of her life to pride. My favorite part, he says he's moved on, but I know he still loves me. True love doesn't just disappear. My buddy Trevor sent me screenshots. Bro, she's lost it. Just ignore it, I told him. Told everyone. Don't engage, don't respond, don't give her ammunition. But Mia wasn't done. She reached out to my mother. My mother. Mom called me confused. Honey, Mia just called crying about how you won't forgive her for some fight. What happened? Explain the whole story. Mom was quiet for a minute. So she dumped you to sleep around and expects you to take her back? Basically. Oh hell no. I like that girl, but hell no. I'll handle this. Don't know what Mom said, but Mia's mom called me the next day screaming. How dare you turn your mother against my daughter? Mia made one mistake. One mistake. You're destroying her. Mrs. Patterson, your daughter made a choice. I've made mine. Please don't contact me again. You'll regret this. She was the best thing that ever happened to you. Then why did she leave? Silence. Then, you're a cold, heartless man. No, I'm a man who knows his worth. Goodbye. The calls kept coming. Different numbers, borrowed phones. Each voicemail more unhinged. I know you're home. I can see your light on. That blonde girl from your basketball team, is that her? Is that your new girlfriend? We're meant to be together. You know we are. I'll wait forever if I have to. Filed a police report for harassment. Officer basically said unless she threatened me physically, it was a civil matter. Suggested a restraining order. My lawyer buddy Anthony looked into it. You need more documentation. Keep recording everything. So I did. Every text, voicemail, unexpected visit. Built a file. Then last night, things went nuclear. I was on a date, first one since Mia actually. Girl named Harper from the coding boot camp. Smart, funny, didn't treat me like a backup plan. We were at this Italian place when Harper's face went pale. Derek, that woman at the bar keeps staring at us. Turned around. Mia, in the red dress I'd bought her for our 2nd anniversary. She raised her wine glass at me like a toast, then started walking over. Derek, what a coincidence. You need to leave. She looked at Harper. Oh, I'm Mia, Derek's girlfriend. Well, ex, but not for long. Smiled like a shark. Harper started to stand. I touched her hand. Stay, please. Turned to Mia. You're embarrassing yourself. Am I? Or are you embarrassing yourself with this obvious rebound? Harper laughed. Actually laughed. Lady, I don't know what your deal is, but this is just sad. Mia's face twisted. Excuse me? You heard me. Whatever you had with Derek, you threw it away. Now you're stalking him at restaurants? That's not romantic. It's pathetic. You don't know anything about us. I know he blocked you. I know you've been harassing him. I know you're about 3 seconds from getting arrested if you don't leave. I pulled out my phone. I'm calling the police. Mia grabbed it, tried to grab it, knocked over Harper's wine in the process. It went everywhere, all over Harper's white blouse. The manager appeared immediately. "Ma'am, you need to leave." "I'm not going anywhere. This is my boyfriend." "The ex-girlfriend," I corrected. "Who's stalking me? Please call the police." The manager nodded to a waiter who pulled out his phone. Mia realized she'd miscalculated. "Derek, don't do this, please. You did this. Every choice, every escalation, you did this." Cops arrived 10 minutes later. Took statements from me, Harper, the manager, even other diners who saw everything. Mia tried to spin it as a misunderstanding, but Harper's wine-soaked shirt told a different story. They didn't arrest her, but they gave her a criminal trespass warning for the restaurant and strongly suggested she leave me alone. As they escorted her out, she yelled, "This isn't over, Derek. We're meant to be together." Harper was incredible about it. Even joked that she'd never had such an eventful first date. We grabbed pizza after, but the mood was pretty shot. She did kiss me goodnight though and said, "Call me when you get that restraining order." Filed for the emergency protective order this morning. Court date next week. Final update, the reckoning. Court day arrived. I showed up with Anthony and a folder thick with evidence. Mia showed up with her mom and what looked like a lawyer she found on a bus bench ad. She dressed like she was going to church, conservative dress, minimal makeup, hair in a bun. The transformation from party girl back to good girl was almost impressive. Judge reviewed the evidence, the texts, voicemails, witness statements from the restaurant, the police report, everything. Mia's lawyer tried to paint it as a misunderstanding between former lovers. "Your Honor, my client simply wants closure. She's been trying to apologize for ending the relationship hastily." The judge looked at him over her glasses. "Counselor, did you review the evidence? Specifically the voicemail where your client says, and I quote, 'I can see your light on'?" Even her lawyer looked uncomfortable. Then Mia asked to speak, against her lawyer's advice. "Your Honor, Derek and I had 3 beautiful years together. I made one mistake. I asked for space to grow as a person, and now he's punishing me for it." The judge flipped through papers. "You ended the relationship to, in your words, explore options?" "Yes, but..." "And Mr. Reed told you this would be permanent?" "He was upset. He didn't mean it." "Ma'am, you're 25 years old enough to understand consequences. You ended a relationship, he accepted it and moved on. Your refusal to accept his decision has led to stalking, harassment, and assault." "I didn't assault anyone. I knocked over a glass while attempting to grab his phone, after following him to a restaurant, while he was on a date." Mia started crying. "I just wanted him back. Is that a crime? The stalking and harassment?" "Actually, yes. Restraining order granted. 2 years. No contact. Stay 500 feet away, the whole deal." As we left the courthouse, her mom cornered me in the parking lot. "Are you happy now? You've humiliated her, destroyed her reputation." "Mrs. Patterson, Mia did this to herself. She loved you." "No, she loved the idea of having me waiting as a backup plan. There's a difference. You'll die alone with that attitude." Anthony stepped in. "Ma'am, any further contact from you or your family will be considered violation of the protective order by proxy. Walk away." She huffed off, but not before spitting out, "Heck, she was too good for you anyway." "Right. That's why she was stalking me." The aftermath was swift. Mia lost her job. Turns out showing up to work sporadically because you're too busy stalking your ex doesn't impress employers. Her Instagram went from party pics to motivational quotes about surviving narcissistic abuse and rising from the ashes. Tessa reached out one last time through a mutual friend. "Just so you know, Mia's in therapy now. She realizes she messed up. Maybe in a year or 2 you could consider, no. But tell her therapy is great. Hope she learns from this. But we're never getting back together. Ever." "You're really cold, you know that?" "No, I'm someone who knows you can't treat people like safety nets." That was 3 months ago. Haven't heard anything since. The restraining order seems to be working. Harper and I are still dating. Taking it slow, but it's nice being with someone who actually wants to be with me, not just keeping me as an option. She jokes that she knew I was worth it when my crazy ex showed up. Only quality guys have stalkers that committed. Dark humor, but it helps. My mom still randomly texts me, "Thank God you didn't marry that girl about once a week." Dad just says I handled it better than he would have. The funny thing, If Mia had just broken up with me normally, said she wasn't feeling it anymore, wanted different things, I would have been hurt, but I would have understood. People grow apart. It happens. But the entitlement of thinking I'd wait around while she played the field, the assumption that I'd be grateful when she decided she was done, the absolute meltdown when I wouldn't follow her script, that told me everything I needed to know about who she really was. Looking back, there were signs. Little comments about how I was lucky to have her, how she'd chosen me over other guys, how I should be grateful she wasn't as high maintenance as her friends. She never saw me as a partner. I was an accessory, a safe, stable accessory she could put down and pick back up whenever convenient. Well, this accessory walked himself right out of her life. Best $500 deposit I ever lost. Probably saved me from a divorce that would have cost way more, financially and emotionally. To anyone reading this in a similar situation, you're not a backup plan. You're not someone's safety net. You're not required to wait around while they find themselves or explore or whatever they want to call it. When someone shows you how they value you, believe them. And value yourself enough to walk away, even when they stalk you afterward. Especially then, actually. Trust me, the restraining order paperwork is worth more than their promises ever were.